The universe has always whispered its secrets to those who dare to listen, and humanity's most powerful ear, the James Webb Space Telescope, has been tuned to its faintest echoes. This marvel of engineering, a beacon of human ingenuity, has spent years peering into the cosmic abyss, capturing light from the dawn of time itself. Its golden mirrors, suspended in the void, have unveiled galaxies, stars, and mysteries that have reshaped our understanding of existence. Yet, in a moment that has sent shockwaves through the scientific world, an abrupt and chilling announcement came. The United States has shut down the James Webb Space Telescope. The reason? A discovery so profound, so unsettling, that it's centered on the scorched, unassuming planet closest to our sun, Mercury. What this telescope glimpsed in the shadows of that hostile world has sparked a storm of questions, speculation, and unease. The decision to silence this instrument, a symbol of collective human ambition, suggests something extraordinary was uncovered, something that authorities may wish had remained hidden. Before we dive into this cosmic enigma, pause to reflect on the weight of such a moment and consider sharing your thoughts on what truths might lie buried beneath Mercury's surface. Mercury, a barren, sun-blasted rock, is the smallest planet in our solar system, a world of extremes, where daytime temperatures soar to incinerate and nights plunge into frigid darkness. Its proximity to the sun bathes it in relentless radiation, rendering it a seemingly inhospitable wasteland. Yet, its peculiarities, its dense core, its unexpected magnetic field, its eccentric orbit, have long intrigued scientists. The James Webb Space Telescope, designed to probe the farthest reaches of the cosmos, was never meant to linger on the inner planets. Its delicate instruments, optimized for capturing faint infrared whispers from distant stars, are ill-suited to the sun's blinding glare. However, during a routine calibration phase, engineers reportedly redirected its gaze toward Mercury to test its ability to image objects near bright sources. What began as a technical exercise quickly spiraled into something far more consequential. The telescope's instruments, with their unparalleled sensitivity, detected anomalies that defied explanation. Patterns, signals, and structures that bore no resemblance to the natural processes long associated with Mercury's geology. The data streaming back from this fleeting observation window painted a picture that was as astonishing as it was unsettling. Infrared scans revealed thermal signatures arranged in precise geometric configurations across Mercury's surface, arrays of heat that pulsed in rhythmic sequences, unlike anything produced by volcanic activity or tectonic shifts. These patterns, buried just beneath the planet's crust, appeared almost engineered, their symmetry suggesting intent rather than chaos. Spectral analysis further deepened the mystery, identifying reflectivity spikes and chemical signatures that pointed to the presence of exotic materials, compounds unknown in the high radiation, high-pressure environment of Mercury. Some of these substances mirrored the properties of advanced alloys and crystalline structures crafted on Earth, hinting at a composition that seemed artificial. The anomalies were not scattered randomly. They formed triangular, hexagonal, and linear patterns stretching across kilometers, too deliberate to be dismissed as natural formations, eroded by time or meteorite impacts. Under normal circumstances, such a discovery would ignite a global scientific frenzy, with data shared openly for peer review and debate. Yet, almost immediately after these findings were recorded, an unprecedented sequence of events unfolded. NASA issued a cryptic statement citing instrument calibration stress and announced the suspension of Mercury observations. Within hours, internal memos, later leaked to online forums, revealed that high-level security reviews were initiated, not by scientists, but by defense and intelligence agencies. The James Webb Space Telescope, a publicly funded instrument built through international collaboration, was abruptly placed under a classified operational lockdown. Public data archives, once brimming with accessible data sets, began to vanish. Files related to Mercury were either removed or marked as undergoing integrity checks. Key personnel involved in the Mercury observations were quietly reassigned, their public-facing roles terminated without explanation. A veil of silence descended, and with it, a cascade of questions began to flood the global consciousness. Why would a telescope's fleeting glance at a desolate planet provoke such a drastic response? Why halt the entire mission rather than simply withhold specific data? The answers, though speculative, converge on a singular haunting possibility. Mercury may not be the lifeless, geologically simple world we assumed it to be. Whispers from those close to planetary science suggest the telescope may have stumbled upon evidence of something technological, perhaps ancient, perhaps active, lurking beneath the planet's surface. The implications of such a find are staggering, threatening to upend not only our understanding of Mercury, but the very framework of planetary science, cosmology, and humanity's place in the universe. A planet subjected to billions of years of solar bombardment would seem an unlikely host for engineered structures, yet its inhospitable nature makes it an ideal place to conceal something. Mercury's proximity to the Sun shields it from casual observation, its environment hostile to all but the most advanced instruments. The James Webb's infrared capabilities, designed to pierce cosmic veils, may have inadvertently peeled back a layer of secrecy that was never meant to be disturbed. The shutdown was executed with chilling precision. The telescope's systems were placed in standby mode, power reduced to minimal levels, and remote access restricted to a handful of mission-critical personnel. No public farewell, no final research summary, no transition to secondary teams, just an eerie silence. A multi-billion-dollar project, once heralded as the pinnacle of human exploration, was shuttered without ceremony, leaving a trail of unanswered questions in its wake. The telescope's unmatched resolution and sensitivity had allowed it to peer through the solar glare and probe Mercury in unprecedented detail. Now, with its instruments offline, the world is left blind to what it saw. Amateur astronomers and independent researchers have scrambled to replicate the findings using ground-based telescopes, but none can match the James Webb's precision. The shutdown has effectively severed humanity's connection to what could be the most profound planetary discovery in history, leaving only fragments of data and speculation to fill the void. The mystery deepens when considering the broader context of the shutdown. Within weeks, unrelated research into the inner solar system faced unexplained delays. Observational requests for Mercury and other nearby planets were suddenly subjected to rigorous, opaque screening processes. International partners, including the European Space Agency and the Canadian Space Agency, expressed measured unease, their public statements carefully worded but laced with frustration. The unilateral decision to halt the telescope's operations without consultation or transparency struck many as a betrayal of the collaborative spirit that birthed the mission. Leaked communications suggest that even these partner agencies were denied access to the Mercury data, fueling speculation that the discovery transcends scientific curiosity and touches on matters of global security or existential significance. The involvement of defense agencies hints at a truth too sensitive to be shared openly, a truth that may challenge the very foundations of our understanding. One theory, gaining traction among researchers, is that the James Webb Space Telescope may have detected signs of ancient technological infrastructure on Mercury. The rhythmic thermal patterns and exotic material signatures could point to buried installations, relics of a civilization, human or otherwise, that once operated within our solar system. Such a discovery would rewrite the history of our cosmic neighborhood, suggesting that Mercury was not merely a passive rock, but a hub, a relay, or perhaps a vault for something of immense importance. Its proximity to the Sun, while hostile, offers strategic advantages, a natural shield of radiation and heat that deters exploration, and a gravitational position ideal for monitoring or harnessing solar energy. If something was deliberately hidden there, Mercury would be the perfect candidate, a planet overlooked by all but the most advanced technology, its secrets buried beneath a scorched surface. The telescope's infrared sensitivity adds another layer to the mystery. Designed to detect faint heat signatures from distant galaxies, its instruments could have picked up residual energy from structures long dormant, or perhaps triggered a response from something still active. The rhythmic pulses observed in the data were reportedly synchronized with the telescope's scanning sequence, as if the planet, or something within it, was responding. This notion, while unsettling, cannot be dismissed. If the telescope's gaze inadvertently activated a dormant system, it could explain the urgency of the shutdown. The idea of an ancient mechanism, buried for eons, stirring to life under the scrutiny of humanity's most advanced tool, is both thrilling and terrifying. It raises the possibility that Mercury is not just a relic, but a living artifact, one that may still serve a purpose unknown to us. The geopolitical ramifications of such a discovery are impossible to ignore. Space is no longer solely a frontier of exploration. It is a domain of power, surveillance, and strategic interest. If Mercury harbors evidence of advanced technology, whether alien, ancient, or otherwise, the race to control that knowledge would be fierce. The involvement of defense and intelligence agencies suggests that the discovery was deemed a matter of national security, potentially involving materials, energy sources, or systems far beyond current human capabilities. The decision to silence the telescope may have been less about suppressing science and more about managing a crisis that could destabilize global power structures. A revelation of this magnitude could spark panic, shift economies, or ignite conflicts over who controls the narrative and the technology that emerges from Mercury. The philosophical implications are equally profound. For centuries, humanity has gazed at the stars, searching for signs of intelligence in distant galaxies. The possibility that such evidence lies within our own solar system, on a planet we've dismissed as barren, challenges the core of our worldview. If Mercury bears the scars of an advanced civilization, it forces us to reconsider our place in the cosmos. Are we truly alone, or have we simply been blind to the traces of others who came before? The idea that our solar system might have been shaped, engineered, or visited by intelligences far older than our own dismantles the notion of human exceptionalism. The shutdown of the James Webb Space Telescope, then, becomes more than a technical decision. It becomes a shield, a barrier erected to protect humanity from a truth it may not be ready to face. In the wake of the shutdown, a shadow community of researchers has emerged, operating outside institutional constraints. These scientists, engineers, and analysts are piecing together the fragments of data that slipped through before the lockdown. Using archived telemetry, orbital logs, and even amateur radio detections, they are attempting to reconstruct what the telescope saw. Some have produced models suggesting subterranean chambers or phased array-like structures. Their configurations too precise to be natural. Others point to faint magnetic anomalies, recorded by earlier missions, such as NASA's Messenger probe, which align eerily with the regions the James Webb targeted. These anomalies, once dismissed as noise, now take on new significance, hinting at a subsurface architecture that defies conventional geology. The more these researchers uncover, the louder the silence from official channels grows. Adding to the intrigue are reports of unusual signals detected in the days following the shutdown. Radio observatories in multiple continents recorded brief, narrowband transmissions emanating from the inner solar system. Signals too structured to be dismissed as solar noise or terrestrial interference. Their timing, coinciding with the telescope's final observations, raises chilling questions. Were these signals a response to the telescope's probing? Could they be remnants of an automated system, activated by the infrared sweep? The possibility that Mercury hosts a beacon, a sensor, or a relay, part of a larger network spanning the solar system, has begun to take root. Such a network, dormant for millennia, might only activate under specific conditions, such as the precise alignment of Mercury's orbit with the Sun's magnetic cycles. The James Webb's observation window may have coincided with just such a moment, inadvertently triggering a response that was never meant to be heard. Mercury's unique orbital dynamics add weight to this hypothesis. Its 3-to-2 spin-orbit resonance, where it rotates 3 times for every 2 orbits around the Sun, creates a rhythmic interplay of gravitational and magnetic forces. An advanced system could exploit this cycle, activating only during rare alignments to conserve energy or maintain secrecy. If Mercury serves as a temporal device, a mechanism designed to awaken at specific intervals, the telescope's gaze may have been the key that turned the lock. This idea, while speculative, draws attention from fields beyond astronomy. Cryptographers and engineers have begun to analyze the thermal and spectral data as if it were a code, a message encoded in the planet's subsurface patterns. The rhythmic pulses, the geometric arrays, the exotic materials, all could be part of a deliberate design, a cosmic archive waiting for the right observer to decipher it. The silence surrounding the shutdown has only amplified the public's curiosity. Online communities, once focused on distant galaxies, now turn their attention to Mercury, passing every scrap of information for clues. Amateur astronomers scan the planet with whatever tools they have, though their efforts are hampered by the sun's glare and the limitations of ground-based instruments. The absence of the James Webb's data has created a vacuum, and into that vacuum, speculation pours. Some see the shutdown as a precaution, a way to prevent a destabilizing revelation from reaching an unprepared world. Others view it as an act of control, an attempt to monopolize a discovery that could redefine humanity's future. The truth, whatever it may be, lies locked in redacted files, encrypted servers, and the memories of those who glimpsed the data before it was buried. The cultural fallout of the shutdown is already evident. The James Webb Space Telescope was more than a scientific tool. It was a symbol of humanity's collective ambition, a testament to what we could achieve together. Its abrupt silencing has fractured that unity, sowing distrust among international partners and the broader scientific community. Researchers who once shared data freely now operate under scrutiny, bound by non-disclosure agreements or sidelined by bureaucratic obstacles. The flow of knowledge, once a river, has been dammed. Yet, in this age of digital connectivity, secrets are fragile. Leaks trickle out, fragments of thermal maps, snippets of spectral data, whispered accounts from insiders. Each piece adds to the growing mosaic of Mercury's mystery, a puzzle that refuses to remain unsolved. The question of why Mercury looms large. Of all the planets, it seems the least likely to harbor secrets. Its surface is a crucible, its environment a barrier to life as we know it. Yet, that very hostility makes it an ideal hiding place. A civilization, whether ancient, extraterrestrial, or otherwise, could have chosen Mercury precisely because it is overlooked, its secrets shielded by the sun's relentless glare. If the planet is a vault, a relay, or a beacon, its purpose remains unknown. Is it a remnant of a long-lost era, a forgotten chapter of our solar system's history? Or is it part of an active system, one that continues to function, watching, waiting, or transmitting? The James Webb's brief glimpse suggests the latter, its data hinting at a planet that is not merely a relic, but a participant in a larger cosmic design. The shutdown has also sparked a broader reckoning within the scientific community. The assumption that planets like Mercury are geologically inert, shaped only by natural forces, is now in question. The discovery of geometric patterns and exotic materials challenges the models that have guided planetary science for decades. If Mercury bears the fingerprints of intelligent design, it forces us to reconsider the history of our solar system. Were other planets similarly modified? Could Earth itself hold secrets buried beneath its surface, unnoticed until now? The telescope's silence has not quelled these questions. It has amplified them, turning Mercury into a symbol of the unknown, a reminder that the universe is far stranger than we dare to imagine. As the months pass, the weight of the shutdown grows heavier. No new missions to Mercury are planned, and no other telescope can match the James Webb's capabilities. The observational gap it leaves is profound, a void that authorities seem in no hurry to fill. Yet the human spirit is relentless. Independent researchers continue their work, piecing together the puzzle from fragments of data and faint signals. They are driven by a shared belief that the truth, like the light the telescope once chased, cannot be contained forever. Mercury, once a footnote in the solar system, has become its greatest enigma, a planet that may hold the key to humanity's past, present, and future. The James Webb Space Telescope may be silent, but its final glimpse at Mercury echoes across the cosmos, a whisper of a truth that refuses to be buried. The discovery, whatever it may be, has already changed the trajectory of human inquiry. It has shifted our gaze from the distant stars to the world closest to our sun, forcing us to confront the possibility that we are not alone, not in the universe, but in our own backyard. The shutdown was meant to contain this revelation, to delay its impact, but it has only ignited a fire. Every redacted file, every silenced scientist, every unanswered question becomes a beacon, drawing more eyes to Mercury. The planet once ignored now commands our attention. Its surface a canvas of secrets waiting to be uncovered. The James Webb Space Telescope may have been forced to close its eyes, but humanity's curiosity cannot be so easily extinguished. The truth is out there, etched in the scorched crust of Mercury, and it will not remain hidden forever.